Hi, my name's Simon Foulds, the development manager for Langham in the UK, and it's wonderful to have Beatrice on the line with us. Some of you will remember Beatrice. If you're in Northern Ireland, she was over in Northern Ireland with supporters almost this time last year. We've had Beatrice on Langham Live, and again, if you're in Scotland, you'll have seen her around, and we had events. I think Beatrice, last time we met would have been March, and we had Rico Villanova over speaking, and we did an event in Edinburgh and Glasgow, so it was wonderful. So Beatrice, you were studying in Edinburgh for your doctorate, but that's been done. You graduated last summer.
Yes, July.
July, and you're now. Well, tell us quickly just how that went last summer. Your graduation. Did you get all the pictures with the gowns and all that? Have you got all that?
Yes, I did. So it was a wonderful experience to have had. My parents were not able to come. No one from the Philippines was able to come because we didn't get to arrange the visas on time. But the Lord blessed me with good friends in Edinburgh who did come to my small celebration. And of course, Liz and Malcolm hosted it. They were there, and so it was extremely fun and memorable time for me.
Super. No, I'm sure Malcolm and Liz wouldn't want to miss it for the world. So Malcolm and Liz are our sort of pastoral care coordinators for Langham students, Langham Scholars, and they're based in Edinburgh. So literally not quite live next door, but certainly can be much closer. Wonderful. So you've been back home now then, Beatrice, 4 months?
That's right. Because I went home in August. I just wanted to share, but before that, Langham took us to Wales, to the place of John Stott. Yeah, so I joined that before I went home.
Super. So now you at Huxley's, John Stott's sort of retreat in the south of Wales, and that's an annual event, Beatrice. I suppose it didn't happen during the pandemic, I imagine.
No, yeah, that's right.
But that's when all the scholars that are studying in the UK get together, and Malcolm and Liz and the rest of the Langham team bring them there. Oh, wonderful. So you're back home now, Beatrice? You're in the Philippines? What's the last
That's right.
What's the last 4 months look like?
So I've immediately jumped into work as soon as I got back. Should I share now about what my ministries are?
Yeah, please do, Beatrice. Yeah, no, please do.
All right. So I'm teaching with 2 seminaries. One of them is the Biblical Seminary of the Philippines, and the other one is the Asia Graduate School of Theology. The students in both of those places are quite different, but they're all training to be ministers. In BSOP, my students are younger, probably late 20s below, but the ones in AGST are older, mid-30s and above. So they would have, I think, some similar reasons for why they want to do theological education, but different ones as well, because the older batch would have, more experience in ministry already. And at the same time, they are being prepared to become leaders of their seminaries and denominations, whereas the younger batch, they're just starting out. So that's been quite a challenge, and you can imagine most of my time is spent preparing for those 2 very different types of groups, teaching those 2 very different types of groups in church history and in historical theology. Of course, I've also been home, and I still live at home with my parents right now, just because our seminary technically isn't open yet to the public. So we're doing everything online still at the moment,
right.
Which this might change only in January of next year.
Wow. So there's still those sorts of restrictions. Is that that's across the Philippines? Is it that sort of?
No. A lot of the places are open already, but the problem is for us, we're waiting for inspectors to come, and then they will give us the go signal if we can open the dormitories.
Okay, interesting. So how many students are you teaching then, Beatrice?
So in each class, I would normally have between 8 to 11 students. So if I teach 2 classes per semester, that would be about 22 in total. Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, it's a key thing that we talk about at Langham is that sort of multiplying effect that, that Langham Scholars are out there, and then the number of students and teachers that you will teach yourself. And here you are, literally 4 months into your new ministry and into that kind of numbers already. So that's absolutely Absolutely wonderful. So no holiday yet, Beatrice. You literally just jumped from one project to the next
Yes.
and got on with it. Just if you don't mind, Beatrice, just tell me about family, because I imagine that's when you went back. What, so August you went, end July, August you went back home.
Early August, yeah.
That's the first time you've seen some family for a long time, I imagine.
Yeah. About 1.5 years, because I last went home end of 2020. Yeah.
Wow. So no, I'm sure that's end of 2020. So was that was that Christmas 2020?
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's been different, I guess, because I have seen them a year and a half ago, but that was only for a month. So I technically haven't lived with them for a long time.
No.
And now I am living with them, and that's a very different thing than just. And I love being with my family, but of course there are also things that you need to work out, get used to again. Yeah.
Definitely. And was there sorry if I've got this wrong, Beatrice, there was a nephew and niece that you hadn't met before, was that right?
A niece. I have met her before as well.
Right.
But now she's 3 years old and she's talking. And I hadn't seen her when she wasn't talking. Yeah.
Talking and walking.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, it sounds like you're settling in, and it's wonderful to just to catch up and share and just hear. Here in the UK, Beatrice, I can't imagine you missing the weather. So it's what we're recording this 8 o'clock in the morning here in the UK, Beatrice. What you're sort of early evening at the Philippines?
Late afternoon.
Okay, well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, Beatrice. It's still dark. It's absolutely, local term, chucking it down. It's raining. If you can imagine your typical day in Edinburgh, it's today. It's miserable, but it's really wonderful to just hear you settling down, and sort of the other side of the story of when you've actually graduated as a scholar, and actually seeing all that work actually now in place and happening. So that's absolutely wonderful to hear you. Beatrice, sort of two final questions. One is there anything that we like I said, we're going to share this with supporters just before Christmas. Are there any prayer points you'd love us to be praying for you with?
Oh yes, I definitely would like to ask for your prayers for our seminary. We had just had a transition in leadership, so new people coming in, and then we would pray that everything would work out fine. I'm one of the new people that came in, I guess I should say. And again, a lot of things that we still need to iron out, work on in order to improve our school. Because after the lockdown, so it was closed down for about 2 years, and now we're opening it up again, and it's a very different world that we're coming back into. Everything is online. Even if people will see each other face to face again, we somehow can't get rid anymore of the online element that will stay with us, I think, for many, many years. And the churches in the Philippines will, of course, have the same challenges, the struggles of getting people back into the church. That's another thing that I would ask you to pray for. And of course, as I said, I am involved in the training of church leaders. So for me, that's something that's very important that I would want to be able to help them with. How do we get people back into the church? How to get them excited again about being in face-to-face community, the community of God. So those kinds of things are foremost in my mind right now. Yeah.
No, thank you, Beatrice. If you find the answer, can you let us know? That would be, I think, very similar situations here in the UK. But no, we can certainly pray for you, and really do appreciate that real change that you hope to see in January when you're actually teaching face to face. That will be a big change for you. Well, please, Beatrice, be assured of our prayers and our thoughts here in the UK, and as people watch this wherever they are in the globe, it's wonderful to catch up. Do you get a break at Christmas, Beatrice? What's plans over the Christmas period? What does Christmas look like for you, or hopefully look like?
I do get the break maybe around 2 weeks, so I hope to go out with family for maybe 3 or 4 days. Maybe go somewhere to the beach. I haven't been to the beach in a long time. But besides that, well, I have to prepare for the next semester because that will be a whole new set of classes that I'm gonna have to teach. So yeah, but it's gonna be fun. Christmas in the Philippines is always fun. We have lots of get-togethers and really good food. Yeah, and celebration in church, of course. So yeah, those are the things I'm
Wonderful.
looking forward to.
Beatrice, thanks ever so much. It sounds like you say, you're busy, but you're smiling. So I imagine it's fun and you're enjoying it, and it's wonderful to see you again. And please, yes, be assured of our prayers leading up to Christmas, and that you do get a good break, and then in the new year that you can be continue your teaching, but that it starts face to face. That'll be wonderful to hear and see from you next year at some point, and just see how that's going. Thank you, Beatrice. God bless.
Thank you, Simon.